Right, I am absolutely delighted to be joined once again by Paul C Brunson, celebs go dating icon, relationship guru. And the last time we spoke, we were talking about second screening, Pete Wicks's borderline supernatural dating skills, the possibility of you attending a Preston North End game. So I hope you've been with your boys because that would mean the world to me. But today we're going back to basics. We're discussing the kitchen fridge, the milk inside, the links to relationships, and surprisingly, there's quite a few.
Yes, yes, there are. And I'll see if we can actually figure out how to link this with Pete Wicks as well. Yeah, yeah. But James, it's always good to talk to you. And you know why? Because James, I got to say is, James, you're one of the best in the industry, man. You're great. You're very talented at what you do. So it's an honor to talk to you.
Well, Paul, that genuinely means the world to me. I'd like to obviously say the exact same back to you. But when we're talking about milk, we've had Oatly who have been doing this fantastic research. They've discovered that 37% of Brits have tried to give up cow's milk, but 70% have gone back, which is pretty similar to the statistics that we have around dating because so many people can't resist going back.
No, you can't. Well, I mean, James, have you ever gone back to an ex or wanted to? Have you ever wanted to go back to an ex?
I suppose when somebody messes you around or whatever, even if you have had that bad thing happen to you, you still have that inner feeling of, I mean, perhaps they can change, perhaps things can be different.
Exactly. And it's the same thing that we're seeing with milk, right? So the idea here is that when you have an ex or an ex thing, it could be a romantic partner or it could be milk, you have fear of the unknown. How can I find anything to replace this thing that I have? Because this thing that I have is familiar, you know what I mean? And then there's also fear of losing, fear of that thing then attaching to something else. So it's the same thing, like with when you think about relationships romantically, and you think about us and our desire to leave milk. But here's the kicker with the research, James. The kicker is that you know that we are, at least 1/3 of us in the UK, we're polyamorous as it comes to our milk. Now, James, you know what is being polyamorous? Do you know this?
Yeah, polyamorous, I imagine. If you were in a polyamorous couple, you could have multiple partners.
Exactly, multiple. James, have you ever been in a polyamorous relationship?
Paul, I have not been in a polyamorous relationship. I imagine if I pitched that idea to my girlfriend, it would go down terribly.
Okay, so now here's the thing. I'm actually, a lot of people, and this is an exclusive, I'm in a polyamorous relationship.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, with milk.
All right, okay. You'd sold me there, Paul. I was convinced there.
You were like, okay, but okay, I see you, Paul. No, I went, so I have, I've got my Oatly milk, but I also have my cow's milk, and right, and I have some coconut milk. And we know that 1/3 of Brits have a polyamorous relationship with milk.
That's incredible. I mean, those statistics within themselves shock me. And more research that we have is that 58% of Brits in times of a crisis turn to dairy, whether it be chocolate, whether it be ice cream. And I can be bad for that. I must confess, Paul, when I'm in a bit of a crisis, I head to Tesco, I pick up a massive chocolate trifle, and I can be guilty of having the whole thing to myself. So how do we kick that habit? And do you have any cruxes like that yourself?
Yeah, so we don't have to kick the habit. Why? Why?
Okay.
Yeah. Why? If it's something that gives you a quick pickup, makes you feel good, right? And James, I can see like you look like you're in shape.
Thank you
So
very much, Paul.
yeah, so if you go eat a whole big tub of ice cream or whatever, it's okay. It's okay as long as you don't make a habit of it and you're doing it every day. You know what I mean? So it's okay to love on yourself. It's okay to pick yourself up. So you don't have to kick that. If you go through any type of hard time, you have to spend time just sitting in it, right? That's how you heal, by first acknowledging that it happened and that you do feel bad. And if you want to eat your way, have some ice cream while you're doing that, fine. But then the next piece is, okay, how am I now going to become better than I was when I was with that partner, when I was doing that thing? And then you begin to grow. But it's okay. If you want to go out and eat ice cream after a breakup, go do it.
Paul, I've got to ask you, because this is an important one. It causes loads of difficulties in couples. What is your stance on people putting empty milk bottles back into the fridge?
Well, and I have done that. I've done the milk cartons, the recyclable, right? Recyclable cartons. I've done that. My wife gets very angry with me. But this is where the art of compromise comes in, right? You have to be able to compromise with your partner. So maybe your partner just needs to do that, and that's their thing is drive, but they're still kind to you. So you just compromise. And here's my question, James. I got to ask you a question on this: is how often do you compromise with your partner? So in the research, we found that 1/4 of people would actually change the type of milk that they drink if their partner wanted them or needed them to do that. Okay, they would compromise on that. Would you compromise on the milk that you drink for your partner?
It's a difficult question, Paul. I'm quite set in my ways when it comes to milk. However, my dad often buys in oat milk and almond milk. So occasionally, when my milk isn't there, the standard cow's milk, I opt for that with my granola in the morning. So yeah, I think I would be.
Okay, so you would, but now would you give it up permanently for a partner?
Well,
Permanently for a partner?
it's a difficult thing. I mean, I remember when I was younger, I gave up chocolate for Lent, and that was one of the most difficult months of my life. I mean, by the grace of God, I got through it, but it wasn't easy, Paul.
So you don't know. See, this is the thing. Now, so remember, so the research is telling us that 1/4, right, of Brits would actually compromise on their milk. So you're in the 3/4. It sounds like you wouldn't do it. You would do it temporarily.
Temporarily, yes. Full time, maybe a bit more of a struggle, but I suppose that's all about mental resilience, and that's about building a relationship with your partner. Because even if there are stuff that you maybe struggle with, you have to push through and persevere.
You do. And it's also, compromise is about setting the priority of your relationship over your wants, right? And if
Yeah.
you have a partner that you truly treasure and you want to keep in your life, you're more willing to compromise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, I think the last time we spoke about television programs, didn't we? And we were having that debate of whether it's better to watch football or watch Friends. And I think me within myself, and I think quite a lot of men are more than willing to give up their time watching their sports or whatever to make their partner happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The art of compromise. And to weave our boy Pete Wicks back in it, because I think every time we talk, James, we have to have a Pete Wicks moment.
Yeah, we have a designated section.
He is someone who, even though people say, "Oh my God," like he's always dating different people. I think he is very good at compromise. He's
Mm.
very good at the art of compromise. And also, I think he drinks oat drinks. I think he drinks oat drinks.
Well, that's very interesting, Paul. I mean, the next time we do one of these, we're gonna have to bring Pete in to get his stance on the matter.
We should line up this whole thing. We should always have a Pete segment.
Yeah, I'll tweet him and we'll get his stance, Paul. But as ever, I absolutely adore speaking to you about anything, whether it be milk, whether it be relationships. I imagine we could talk till the cows come home, if you'll pardon the pun. But before I let you go, is there anything else that you would like to add that I perhaps haven't asked you about?
Nah, you've said it all. Yeah, I want to just end on a sour note. I have not yet seen. I've not gone to see the football match yet, and
Oh,
I know
Paul,
you're gonna be disappointed, but just know I haven't seen any football matches. And as soon as I wrap, we've just started. We've ended Married at First Sight, starting Celebs Go Dating. Once that wraps, I will. You got my commitment on that. I will.
that's good. That's good, Paul. That makes me extremely happy. I mean, the only reality TV show that I'm watching at the moment, because Celebs Go Dating isn't on screen, which is deeply annoying, is the challenge. That finishes tonight. I think we should now gear up for the next season. And
Yes.
from August onwards, we'll get a season ticket. We'll get on all these Preston North End games.
Done. You get us that ticket. You get us a ticket. Talk to the club and see if you can get tickets for all of us, and we'll go together.
Oh, Paul, I absolutely will. I'll get us there. Don't you worry about that. In fact, in the summer, we're going out to Spain, Benidorm. We're going to be playing a game out there. So it'd be amazing to see you with all the Preston North End fans on an international trip.
Oh man, that'd be next level. That'd be next level.
Fantastic, fantastic. So from everyone here at Free Radio, we'll see you next time.